conducted in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave on the Township website and posted on the bulletin boards of Township Hall.
All right, if everyone could please rise, pledge allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Have roll call, please.
Councilmember Conrad.
Here.
Councilmember Perry.
Here.
Councilmember Roy.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Sippel.
Here.
Mayor Simonson.
I am here. Our first order of business this evening is we're going to get right to the work session. We have a presentation of certificates to none other than our own Recreation Advisory Board. And we ask that the Recreation Advisory Board, those members would please come up, and if council would join me down below.
No, manager's report.
Oh, at the end.
Huh?
At the end? At the end, you're going to show that?
After you do the consent agenda.
Good evening, how are you? Good evening. Good evening.
All right.
Jim.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
All right, not everybody's here tonight. All right. Well, before I even read this, I'd like to express our gratitude on behalf of the manager and council, and really the people of Lower Township. I have a big mouth
I'm
anyway.
going to go first, so you can.
Okay.
First, to the public and to the Rec Advisory Board, looking back 6 years ago, when I was on the Rec Advisory Board for almost 4 years, I could tell you that they are critical to many decisions that end up hitting the council. They do a lot of research on many projects, and they lobby these ideas back and forth, and they do it in, if I have to say, quite a vociferous manner. There's a lot of vibrant discussion, and many times they don't get their due because in society today it's hard to get volunteers out. They could walk away from this position at any time, as obviously it's not paid, and council and myself would like to say thank you for years, and all the time that you've been involved in helping us. And most recently, with the awards we've received for the Bayfront, thank you very much.
Ditto. We also would like to express the fact that we already received, all of us on behalf of you guys, basically, an award by our own Lower Township Chamber of Commerce. This week we will be honored at the Cape May County Chamber of Commerce, and we just recently found out that we will be honored at the League of Municipalities in Atlantic City in November as one of the top projects in the whole state of New Jersey. So that's quite an honor, and it's hats off to you guys and girls. So thank you. Now, Councilman Perry, if you'd hold the microphone, I'd like to, I could do a lot of stuff, but I can't do both of those. So we have a certificate of appreciation presented to, and I will get to the names in a minute, but the Lower Township Recreation Advisory Board, in recognition of your dedicated service and commitment to the residents of Lower Township, because of the hard work of this board, Lower Township is truly a place to remember. And this goes to Maria Geegan.
Thank you.
Our next award goes to Mr. Lonnie Bell. Bedell. He is not with us this evening. Lonnie Bedell's been on the board for many years. Eileen Kreis, our own Eileen Kreis. Thank you, Eileen. He's also been on the board for many years. Mr. Steve Morey. Thank you, Steve. Yeah. Mr. Mark DiDonato. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. You have Debbie Johns. Long time, thank you. Long time coming, too, for all these guys. Mr. Nels Johnson. Thank you, Nels.
Folks, job well done.
Last, oh, that's, Mom is not here with us today. Mr. Riddell.
We can get a photo, maybe you guys can stand over on this side.
Sure. Get our picture.
Blind you guys for a second, sorry. Thank you, thank you.
I think so. How long was it? Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
See, because there were some of the projects. Can we break protocol and show the
Absolutely. You all want to sit down there and I'll grab the lights so you can see it?
only I could?
Yeah, I'll just stand right here. I'll stay.
Ready?
No. It was there 2 seconds ago.
Thumbnail.
There's a spin a wheel again.
We're going to move things up a little bit with the manager's report because the Rec Advisory Board had a lot to do with some of the things that happened this year. And last January, we had sort of made a commitment through the township that it was time to get on offense. And with the support of council, the Rec Advisory Board, and some phenomenal people that work here, our department heads and staff, you're going to see a lot of these programs in action over the past 9.5 months. But there are things that I also want to mention that we didn't put in here because I didn't want this to be too long, but there's at least 7 other road improvements that aren't in here. Our court-free advocate program is not here. Our police camp, our Dave Douglas Memorial Run, our turkey trot, which is coming up, first time ever, our Christmas parade, the new cyber locking system for Town Hall, soon to be the rec center, our phenomenal health fair, JIF training to help reduce lawsuits in the township with our staff attending these hourly, we'll call them classes. And how about new high-tech radio systems for our police as well as the new body cameras? And in the next month, I'll be reporting on an in-depth analysis of our shared service and our perspective of the aquatic center, which I've been working on for the last 2.5 years.
Ready?
Yep, if she's ready, could you turn the lights? Roll. Good morning. I'm Jim Ridgway, Lower Township Manager, and in the next 10 minutes, we're going to show you why 2018 was a year to remember in Lower Township. The council was able to put out a very robust budget with a zero tax increase to our taxpayers while embarking on a plethora of projects that were truly needed in Lower Township. Our township currently is in a strong fiscal position. At the year-end 2017, we had a $7.1 million fund balance, and our tax collection rate was 98.68%. Current budget activity points to this position remaining stable in the coming years. This is largely due to financial policies, conservative budgeting, and sound fiscal management, as well as the commitment of Township Council and the responsible stewards of the township's resources. Have a great fall, Lower Township. Hi, I'm currently standing at the midpoint of the pedestrian safety project, which was completed 2 months ago in North Cape May. This project brought much needed safety to the residents and visitors that walk along the bayfront, as well as a brand new road, and has become very well received by all our visitors in 2018. It also helped our drainage issues up in the Town Bank section of Lower Township, and again, it was one of the biggest projects of 2018. This collaborative effort in expanding the existing bike path so it connects the Middle Township was an incredible accomplishment, which was wrapped up in 2018. The DRBA, Lower Township, and Middle Township, along with the county, have brought about a bike path which can go from the county park all the way to our ferry in Lower Township.
Schellinger's Landing is an integral part of the Township of Lower with fine restaurants and boating. We will be upgrading the area with a new sidewalk and streets in the future for safety reasons, and the state is repaving the road.
Concert series at the ferry on the green this summer drew amazing crowds of over 10,000 people for our Wednesday night concert series. There was a variety of tribute bands along with some of the best local talent out there. We look forward to continuing our relationship with the Delaware River Bay Authority, and in 2019 we should be doing another 8-week schedule, and the shared service agreement with our DRBA has been a great thing for Lower.
Hello, my name is Bruce Fournier, and I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Parks and Recreation here in Lower Township, and welcome to Movie Maker Studios. Everything you see here, this new class, all the equipment, is a result of a conversation we had with the Township Manager well over a year ago. And the idea was to bring programming to students who may not necessarily be athletically inclined. So this new class, Movie Maker Studios, will offer students the opportunity to get professional instruction. Students will use HD Sony Handycam cameras. They'll go out, they'll shoot video, they'll come back in here in the classroom, and they will use brand new, all the equipment's brand new, Apple Mac computers. They'll use iMovie and Final Cut Pro to add music, and then at the end of the class, 12-week class, they will show their project. So this class, this is the initial class. It's already sold out, but it's an extremely great value, and it is something that will be ongoing. So make sure you watch your Thursday folders in school for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. So the Rock in the Rec program is another program we're offering at the Rec Center here to those students who may not be interested in your typical sports like basketball and soccer. This is a very unique program offered at a great value. This is a 10-week course that costs about the price of a 1-hour lesson typically. So what the students will get with this class is professional instruction. You'll get your basic piano, hand positioning, how to read music, and throughout the 10-week course. The second course is going to be the guitar. Again, it'll be basic instruction. This is for beginners. They'll learn basic chords, they'll listen to rock music, and at the end they'll try to put some music all together. It's a real exciting time here in Lower Township, and the Recreation Department has had the support of Mayor, Manager, and Council. And as a result of that, we're getting things done. Another new program that we have going on is a Lower Township Children's Fund. And what this is basically financial aid for those students who can't afford registration fees possibly shin guards for soccer, cleats, or maybe a football jersey. All you have to do is fill out a registration form at the Recreation Center, and we'll do the rest. A project that the Department of Parks and Recreation is currently working on with our township engineer is the renovation of Clem Mulligan Park. The proposed renovation would consist of a multi-purpose athletic field, upgraded walking track, upgraded street hockey rink, and a new concession stand, including bathrooms. We are looking forward to implementing our ideas and giving our community another beautiful facility to utilize.
We as a township are excited to be restoring the Nathaniel Foster House, which we have leased, and we have just been notified of a $200,000 grant for the improvements to this historical structure.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Dow. I'm the tax assessor for the Township of Lower. One of the things I'm most passionate about is being able to utilize my skills in order to implement some cost savings programs for our residents at the township. I'm pleased to announce the township will be a Class 7 participating municipality under FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program's Community Rating System, which means our residents located within a special flood hazard area will save 15% on their flood insurance premiums. And my goal is to continue to strive to make a difference in the lives of our residents here at the Township of Lower.
One of the long-awaited projects in Lower Township has been the Roseanne Avenue project. This project should have been completed years ago, and I'm standing now where the new pump house will be, which will pump the water from this section of North Cape May into Coxhole Creek. The project actually started this week. We're excited about it to give these residents the relief that they'll need in this particular area, along with fixing their road. They will be getting a brand new mill-paved street to traverse on, and this project should be finished by next June, which would be June 2019.
Hi, how you doing? Welcome. This is Lower Township Police Department. I am Chief William Mastriana. We're very excited about the new building we're in. We want to give everybody a little tour to see what we have and what we have to offer. This project's been going on for a little over 2 years now, and it's finally come to fruition where we have a state-of-the-art facility, and we're very proud and happy to have this facility in our township. As a part of the renovation, we have a state-of-the-art training facility now. We're going to be able to give in-service training schedules here as far as roll call and other things such as that.
Hi, I'm here with Chief Mastriana, and this court facility that we're in right now was the last piece of a very large puzzle which took a couple years to complete, and as you can see, we are now 100% in operation at the Lower Township Airport, and we are very happy with this project at this point in time.
Hi, I'm Eric Simonson, Mayor of Lower Township, New Jersey, and I'm proud to be a part of a working team that works for its citizens and taxpayers. We've had a great year here in Lower Township. Our surplus is the highest it's ever been, and we begin infrastructure problems that should have been done long, long ago. We've also brought new programs to our community, helping our youth in recreation and our senior citizens, as well as our veterans. We're here for you in Lower Township as we continue to beautify this great town that we call Lower. We are now working on the Schellingers Landing project. We just recently received a beautification award from the Lower Township Chamber of Commerce for our pedestrian walkway project. We also have saved millions of dollars for our taxpayers as we've created shared services with West Cape May City, Wildwood Crest, Wildwood, Middle Township, and our own MUA. We're here for you, Lower Township, and we plan on continuing to keep Lower Township safe and to fight our opioid and drug addiction problem that we have here in the township. We've increased our police officers. We've worked side by side with our police department to make our streets safer each and every day for you. We hope that you continue to share your compliments as well as constructive criticism with us as we move forward in making Lower Township even better in this coming year. We thank you for helping us make Lower Township a place to remember.
Joey Lights.
All right. You can clap, by the way. All right, that was great.
That was good.
Awkward silence there for a second. All right. Thank you, Manager Ridgway, and it has been a great year. As we move on to our consent agenda, does council have any questions or comments on anything on our consent agenda?
No comments.
No comments.
All right. Seeing none, we open it up to the public. If you have any questions or comments concerning our consent agenda, please raise your hand. We'll step up to the mic and just give us your name and address for the record. Anyone?
She's gone.
Cosette Gasser, Bayshore Road, North Cape May. On 319, the lease agreement payment for the joint public safety, I gather that's just for the police department? And I was wondering how long the lease agreement was for. 6 months, a year?
The lease was 25 or 50?
Yeah, it's closer to 50.
This agreement that was set up with the county, they bonded over $6 million for the project. And this is, the payment is the percentage of the square footage that we're occupying there at the airport. It is not just the police
No, it'd be
department.
the court? No.
This is the court, this is also fire safety, this is also rescue.
But it's not for a specific time?
It's for like 50 years.
Yeah, but you're
50-year
going to
lease.
pay more than 160.
Now, the contract for that bond is 20, but we have an agreement that we can extend for 50 years with them going forward. Once the bond is paid down, that
I
will,
was just wondering, how many times you have to pay? The 165, if it's 3 months, 6 months, quarterly, whatever.
approximately 20 years.
No, she means how many times a year do we pay?
per year?
Oh, once,
Once a year?
yeah.
That's what I was curious about. Thanks.
Anybody else on the consent agenda? All right. Seeing none?
Approval of the minutes from the October 1, 2018 meeting. Approval of closed session minutes for the October 1st meeting. Resolutions number 2018-315 through 2018-326.
All right, a motion to approve?
Make the motion, we approve it.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.
Resolution number 2018-327. This is for payment of a voucher in the amount of $5,000 payable to Lower Township Rescue.
Any questions, comments from
I'm
council?
recusing myself.
All right, we open it to the public just on our regular consent agenda, which is 2018-327. Seeing none, we close the public portion, and can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Recused.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
And yes. We did our manager's report. We now move down to our engineer's report.
I'm going to take care of the engineer's
Okay.
report tonight because Mr. Charest is on vacation. Roseanne Avenue roadway and utility improvements. This is the latest as of October 14th. The contractor continues to submit required shop drawings for the project. The contractor has installed his initial bypass pumping system and the temporary permanent sheet piles at the pump station site. As required for the treatment and discharge of the project's construction dewatering into Coxall Creek, the contractor has secured the discharge to surface water general remediation cleanup permit and filed his treatment works application on September 14th. He is anticipating receipt of the treatment works approval within the week or two, which will allow him to begin dewatering of the site. Beach access improvements. The final list of proposed beach access path locations has been confirmed with the township, and we've completed the field survey of the beach access path locations. We're currently coordinating the proposed improvements with the township and working on the New Jersey DEP CAFR permit application. Recreation Center restrooms upgrade. On September 13th, Mott McDonald met with Township Construction Office and Recreation Department to discuss the proposed modifications and was authorized to move forward with the completion of the bid documents. Mott McDonald is in the final stages of the design and plan preparation. Lastly, the New Jersey DOT 2019 municipal aid application. Mott McDonald has completed the application for the 2019 municipal aid for Roseanne Avenue roadway and utility improvements. Phase 3, and submitted the application online through the State of New Jersey SAGE website on October 2nd.
Thank you, Mr. Ridgway. We move down to council comments.
Keep it kind of short tonight. Last week, to touch on what the mayor said in the video about substance abuse. Last week, we had our substance abuse panel here at the township. After talking to Cape Assist and the other agencies, which included the prosecutor's office, Lower Township Police, Council, Parent on Parent, and CURE, we're going to have more of those. It was a very good meeting. The way things are being thought of has changed. It used to be everyone was going, we have to arrest our way out of this, we have to get more police to just do this and that. The police are definitely needed. They're a first responder, they're going to that places, they're now providing information. They're trying to help people. It was about a month ago, Lighthouse had a meeting that I think helped change the way everybody's looking at things. People need help. People need to know they're not alone, whether it's the family members, whether it's the addict or the person through the drugs. There's people out there to help. In our emergency service vehicles in Lower and throughout the county, there's now a little paper. Police and ambulances are carrying them to be given discreetly. I'm going to keep some here at the clerk's office, hopefully, or where we could give out paperwork. There's a lot of good information here. There's hope. We're going to get the Hope One van here again. There's a lady here that's going to be talking about something else about hope that I'm trying to get connected with this. But you're not alone. There's somebody there that can help if you need help or want help. That's all I have for now.
Mr. Ridgway covered basically everything I was going to discuss or talk about Roseanne Avenue and the beachfront. However, one thing that I've up there noticed that certain areas, especially in the 600 block of Beach Drive, where I had talked to some members of the Record Advisory Board in reference to it, that some plantings need to take place where people had been walking through the dune and destroyed some of the dune grass that was planted when the project was started. And I would like to see some dune grass and some other vegetation get replanted before the weather really turns on us. That way we can keep that sand intact.
And we're also going to do some fencing along that to suppress people coming from the bay up to the access, not just from the pedestrian sidewalk.
Oh, good, good. Also, it's been brought to my attention, I haven't not seen them yet, but there are some signs that have been posted in the dune area by the grass that were put in by USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, as I stated months ago, prior to the project starting, that they were going to do some plantings for us with some materials that were going to help hold that sand in place and be intact for the wintertime, so when that sand blows north, or when the wind blows northwest, to keep that sand intact. And the vegetation is really taking off. It does look good, and to pat USDA on the back, so to speak, they have planted their signs up there, letting everybody know where that came from. So that's been a big help for us for that project, to keep that sand intact there. That's it.
All right, thanks, Dave.
I just have a reminder that tomorrow, October 16th, between 3 to 5, the flu clinic is happening at the Recreation Center. It's open to the public, and anyone needing a flu shot should go there and present themselves, and I'm sure they'll be taken care of. Also, on Tuesday, October 23rd, 11 a.m., the Township is hosting a ribbon cutting at the Public Safety Building. There will be a tour there for anyone in attendance, and I believe they will have some light refreshments as well. Sunday, October 28th, 10 to 5 at the Ferry Terminal is the Autumn Fest. This is a great family event. All family with children are encouraged to attend. At 5 o'clock to 6:30 will be the trunk or treat, where children can walk around to various vehicles and get a treat from the participants that are willing to come out and take place. There is a rain date that's been scheduled for November 4th in the event we have inclement weather. And also, keep in mind with trick or treat this year, be careful driving on roadways. Keeping in mind children may have on costumes that impair their eyesight and become unfamiliar with pathways. So the kids may be a little disoriented. Just be careful when you're traveling back and forth along these roadways. November 10th, we have a Veterans Parade, which will probably have more information and a reminder at next council meeting. And that should be it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Councilman Roy.
Thanks, Roland. The two things. One, I want to kind of touch on what the Councilman Roy just said about the Veterans Parade. It's going to be on Saturday, November 10th, 11 a.m. It's going to start at the Village Fire Department and here at Township Hall. We've had a couple of meetings already. It's going to be a pretty good parade. I asked, we spread the word about the parade. We're going to have a trolley to put veterans inside the trolley to take them along the parade. So Eileen's the point of contact here at the Township Hall. So if you know a veteran's name, give it to Eileen. She'll make sure he gets placed on the list to be honored in the parade. So that's going to be a good day for the township. The second thing I have, it's actually in regards to veterans also. There's an art exhibit at the airport, and it's basically for veterans or those serving in the military to drop off their art at the airport. And it'll be on display at 2 p.m. on November 11th. That's on Veterans Day itself. And it'll be on display for a month. So basically, when you drop off November 8th and 9th and pick up December 10th and 11th, there's a procedures and an application here. So those no veterans want to participate in this art exhibit, you can see Karen, the clerk's office, and she has some applications there. And also, as a reminder, I'll call it the Lower Township Veterans Day ceremony will be at the VFW at 11 a.m. on Sunday on Veterans Day. So if you can get out there, it'd be much appreciated. That's all, Mayor.
All right, thank you. I think you guys knocked most of it out. So we do, I know Councilman Conrad touched on it, we've been working very closely with our Healthy Youth Coalition and Cape Assist. Steve Selby at Cape Assist is actually hosting through Lower Township a opioid awareness prevention within sports and athletics for all the Cape May County athletic directors tomorrow, which I look forward to attending. And they keep working with us to bring more programs forward to try to aid in distinguishing, extinguishing this epidemic. So we appreciate their help, and we will continue to work with them through the courts and with our various programs in the township. All right, so we have Saturday, October 20th. You've all been waiting for the annual Halloween costume parade. It's at historic Cold Spring Village. The Department of Parks, Lower Township Department of Parks and Recreation, they're holding their annual Halloween costume. It is on Saturday at Cold Spring Village, like I said, beginning at 11 a.m. sharp, so don't be late. Registration begins on the 13th at the Lower Township Rec Center, and between 9:30 and 8:30 on the weekdays, you can sign up, or also on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sundays from 12 to 4. Please, any questions, please contact our rec department. And also on Sunday, October 21st, this Sunday, the Lower Township Elementary Schools are hosting their annual 5K and fun run at Lower Cape May Regional High School. You can sign up the day of. It starts at 9 a.m., so get there between 7 and 9 to register. You can register. It starts at the Lower Cape May Regional track between Lower Cape May and Titleman Middle School. And that is all I have.
One more.
What? Shoot.
Seashore Community Church.
Oh, yes. Seashore Community Church, thank you, Tom,
No problem.
is also they are hosting a day to honor our heroes and our first responders. That day will be October 28th, and it will be at 11 a.m. Come on out and support our first responders. I know this day has been recognized by the U.S. Senate, and also October 28th is recognized as National First Responders Day. They will have light refreshments afterwards, so come on out on 28th, 11 a.m. at the Seashore Community Church of the Nazarene. So thank you. At this point, we open it up to the public. If you have any comments or questions, please just state your name and your address and be brief. So we open that up now.
Hi, good evening. This is Tom Poussart. I live on Shaman Avenue. We've noticed a lot of activity going on the road. Surveyors there, some contractor trucks. I'd just like to get an update what's going on. Sounds like something new's going on in that area there at the end of Shaman Avenue.
Tom, as you're going down Shawmont, are you, I can tell you that to the right, I saw survey equipment to the left, which I thought was maybe one of the residents was doing some work. But if they're surveying the other side of the road, because I didn't see what they were doing, there is a parcel of ground there that's being looked at as being developed. I do know that because we've talked about it. I believe it's approximately just under 8 acres. I don't believe any application has come in front of zoning at this point for that, but I can check because head of zoning is here tonight. Mr. Galestock, has anything come in front?
No, not since the last application that was prosecuted.
Many years ago. Okay, thank you. I'd like to keep up to date on that, that's all.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Ellen Seward on Shaman Ave too. Mr. Ridgway, the geotechnical report, the third boring for the Roseanne water dewatering, is that report available, or could I make an appointment with Mr. Schrey to understand what the report showed, and also to see what kind of treatment they're going to use, the exact kind of treatment they're going to use to treat the water before it goes into the bay?
Absolutely.
Great. So
I
should I
can,
call you and make
if
an
when we finish, if you want to give me a number, I'll have Mr. Schrey reach out to you, and he can inform you of what's going on.
Yeah.
Because, as you heard me say, we're still waiting for that permit before anything can be discharged, so.
All right, great. Thanks.
We can also, any information we get between now and the next meeting, we'll have our engineers report on that, so thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, Bill Greenfield, Willis. Couple things, just to clarify what the lady here was asking about. Is that a quarterly payment, or is that the annual payment?
That was the annual payment.
Oh, that's pretty reasonable. Then we also pay, what, 600,000 for dispatch, or?
Our share.
Something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
dispatch is not that. We're currently paying 50,000 a month for dispatch.
600,000.
Which is another 600,000.
And that'll drop if other towns.
That is
Well,
correct. If two other municipalities move in, and I can tell you in the last 3 weeks, several of the local municipalities have been touring now that they're up and running.
Okay, the other thing is, you said you got a list of the upgrades for the Beach Pass. Is New Jersey Avenue on that?
Which street?
New Jersey?
He's asking. Phyllis, I don't think that was on the list.
At the meeting in June, it was on the
It was up.
original submission.
Yes, there was a lot of streets on the original submission. We had like 10 or 11 in the villas. Problem is, 5 or 6 of the owners didn't reply, so we couldn't do the survey. So it had to be removed.
Well, I mean,
That included mailings, certified mailings, going to the addresses, phone calls. But if they don't reply, if we don't have written permission to go on the property,
Originally, when they did the beach access pass, they did New York, but they didn't do New Jersey because they thought it was privately owned. But the township does own beyond the bulkhead there. So I don't know, maybe they don't own a wide enough swath of it, but the township does actually own that.
okay, well, because I'm pretty sure they went through a bunch of stuff, and it might have just been because of the type of bulkhead that wasn't going to be done. I don't know.
Well,
Well,
I mean, the thing is there, you would have to do what you did at New York Avenue, put a lot of sand in there to build it up, and, it would be a bit more work than just putting a path in. But
Right.
still.
Well, I'll look into it personally, Bill. You know that.
Okay, oh, yeah. That's why I just thought,
Okay.
because you did mention it, just figured I'd find out what the status was before it gets too far along and ask about it. And I said, well, should have asked 2 months ago, so.
Nope, I told you, if I could get them in every stop, every street
Okay.
end, I would do it.
Just thought I'd bring it up to see, and then if you look into that, because I know I looked at the maps, and it is township owned.
Okay, we'll find out.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Greenfield. Anyone else? I don't see real well, but I don't see any hands up, so I close the public, huh?
Oh, wait, that's, you had come, I was just, about the Project Hope, so this is your time to speak.
This is it, my time to shine.
Exactly.
Hi, Denise South, Lower Township. I was here to inquire about the measures that Lower Township has made or will make for Code Blue, which will be beginning in November.
That's about our warming centers at the Rec and Millman Center, so everybody knows exactly.
Measures for what? I can't hear.
If a Code Blue is called and we need to open the warming centers, we have the Millman Center and the Rec Center. She was just making sure Lower Township actually had procedures for it. And we explained that, so she did come here to push it, make sure everybody knows, so I wanted to make sure she had time to speak about that, and you're part of Cape Hope?
Yes, Cape Hope, we service people who are experiencing homelessness in various ways. And Code Blue for us is a very busy time because in the past there were no warming centers available in the community that we were aware of. And we were operating out of a church in West Wildwood. We were hosting a warming center out of West Wildwood. And recently we've been able to enlist another church to take it on. But we've been now made aware that the county is taking a new approach, which we are thrilled to hear, that the municipalities will be stepping up and playing a very vital role in providing that service, relieving the burden on agencies and churches and other nonprofits to provide that service. So I'm looking forward to getting the information, which Arlene said she would be happy to email to me, and then I can pass that along to my board, as well as the public, and thank you.
I would just like to also tell you that meeting occurred about, I don't know, 2.5 weeks ago, but there is going to be another meeting, I believe in the next 2 weeks, at the emergency management headquarters in the airport. And you are correct, the county has changed some things up. On the same token, all the municipalities now are also pledging X amount of dollars to a fund, but we're to report at the next meeting our status, such as we have currently 2 warming shelters. They want to be sure that we're equipped going forward, and also to tell them if there's specific needs from the county we might need with regards to cots. And there were food discussions, and there were also voucher discussions that were taking place. There were some changes coming that way, and that's because the state right now is making some changes with regards to the hotel vouchers.
Yes.
But I'm not talking warming shelters now. We're talking
Right,
about.
no, this is just for Code Blue,
But
yes.
it was
absolutely.
well attended. All the police department. If the chief wasn't there, and it was an excellent meeting. Marty
Will the public
Marty
be invited?
Bellughi put that on.
Yes, will the public be invited to that meeting?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Could a few people come there? But I don't think they're going to open that to the public until, I think the responsibility will be to see what each municipality brings forward, formulate what the county is doing, how they can help us. And then I think the freeholders will do something and announce the whole new initiative.
Great. Well, it's very refreshing to know that our local and county government is taking an active part in protecting those who are unsheltered during this extreme time. Coming from Cape Hope, we've been working several years now with this population, and it is a burden that we've had to bear, and we're now thrilled that we will not have to bear it, but yet will be available if there's any services or anything that we can do to help. We're there. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. All right, anybody else? All right, I guess we close the public portion.
Resolution number 2018-328, a resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12. This is to discuss attorney-client privilege information, a possible litigation, and a possible personnel issue.
All right, motion to go into closed session?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sipp?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.